1. In the air. Deep right center field. That ball is gone! Daniel Murphy has homered in 6 straight postseason games. Nobody's ever done it before.
The New York Mets have clinched a spot in the World Series, and they are celebrating after a clean sweep of the Chicago Cubs. 8-3 your final. Daniel Murphy, a hero again for his 6th straight game with a home run breaking the Beltran mark. 7 home runs in a postseason, breaking the Mets franchise mark. Meanwhile, Duda gets hot. Mets and the bullpen do enough, and the New York Mets now await their opponent in the American League and get a few days to get ready for the World Series in 2015. Meanwhile, the Cubs, who had a fantastic season, despite winning the wild card, could have easily won other divisions with the record they had. Great relationship with the fan base this year, and Joe Madden and company with a great gesture, guys.
Yeah, that was a great gesture, to their fans. These loyal fans, they came and supported them. They just got beat by a better team.
Pedro, one of the things that we saw with the Cubs is so much youth and so much to look forward to when you look at Schwarber and Bryant and Russell, who we didn't see in this series, Baez, who we did, and so many others.
Well, this team has no ceiling, but and you know what? I want to congratulate the Chicago Cubs as a team and as an organization, because I'm not going to lie, I was one of them that said that the Chicago Cubs will take at least 2 more years to be in the position they were today, and they proved me wrong. So this team has no ceiling when it comes to the future. So congratulations to them too, and what a great gesture to see the fans clapping for their team even though they lost. That's what you call a loyal fan base, and I mean it's beautiful to see for baseball.
We welcome you to our set officially here, the postseason show, presented by our friends at Lincoln Motor Company. Casey Stern alongside the usual cast, Pedro Martinez, Gary Sheffield, and Dusty Baker. Will get it down to EJ in just a bit for the celebration and, of course, for the presentation on the ceremony of the trophy as well. But, Dusty, let's start with Daniel Murphy. 6 consecutive games with a home run in postseason.
I mean, every day we came out here, we expected him to hit another one. And then he hits 2 other ones. I tell you, he's locked in, he's having fun, he's very relaxed. His concentration is probably higher than it's ever been in his entire career. He has great balance. His teammates, and I mean, everybody on the field on both sides, I think, felt the same way, like he was going to hit a home run or do something fantastic.
He's just absolutely playing out his mind. It couldn't have happened to a better guy. He was one of the best teammates to be around. He was always positive, and now when you put in hard work, because he had a bunch of knee injuries early in his career, and he overcame those because they didn't know where to play him. Left field, third base, second base, they had no clue. First base, they had no clue a way to put him. But he settled in at second base. He picked up David Wright when he went down, and this kid has just been all world.
And Pedro, when you look at the Mets and their hitting, Murphy did it twice off Kershaw, hit it off Greinke, off Lester, off Arrieta. When you see an offense do what they did against that pitching, what does that say about the Mets now moving forward for you?
I will have to take the Mets and think that they're the favorites to win, because there's no way you're going to face better pitching than you did during the
Blue Jays.
So looking forward to whatever team is going to be facing. I just don't think that there is going to be better starting pitching facing the Mets down the road than they have already faced and beaten. So congratulations to the Mets. I hope they win it, and right now in my heart, they're my favorite.
Yeah, man, I feel so good watching the Mets and watching all those young guys in there, and Sandy Allison and Terry Collins, and congrats to Goody, who played for me, and look over here, and Kadire and all those guys. I'll tell you, this is great. It's great for the city, great for the organization, and great for them.
Dusty, being a manager, this is the feeling. This is not easy to get to this point. This is the hardest thing to do in sports, is to get to a World Series, especially getting there and winning it.
Right.
In New York, as a manager, like a field goal kicker, you don't get credit for getting them. That's your job. But every time you miss, there's a problem. Well, Terry Collins handled it all year long, did the job, and the New York Mets end up getting where they need to go. That's to the World World Series. That means celebrations, and that means ceremonies as well. Will it be Daniel Murphy for the MVP? How excited is the organization? We get that as we send it down to the field for the presentation with our own Ernie Johnson. Ernie?
All right.